Queen. Hey, single queen. This is Desmond Booker, a Christian dating and relationship coach. I help successful queens go from single to successfully dating without settling. And yes, I'm also helping kings who are willing and wanting and desiring to be in a relationship as well. Today, welcome my YouTube family. Hit that like and the subscribe button if my content, if my the reels, the post, if everything is helping you, go ahead and start subscribing. We are growing this channel, and I just want to thank you for your support in that. Also, comment on the video as well. For those that are in IG, we welcome you from IG. Desmond Booker 5 at is IG, and then also in our Queens Don't Settle Facebook group, we welcome you as well. Today, I have we've been talking for these last couple of weeks. Go back and binge watch. I'll just say it like that. Go back and binge watch all of the reels and the videos that I've been putting out. But we've really been talking about moving you from single to successfully dating in 2025. We're not talking about 2026 or 2027, but if you're wanting and desiring to be in a relationship in 2025, you're in the right place. You're on the right channel here on YouTube, Instagram, and in our Facebook group. All right. So let's continue to talk about this, moving from single to successfully dating in 2025. Are you all in? I want you to think about this. Are you all in on your relationship, to be in a relationship, to be married? Are you all in into dating with success? Now, again, you want to date with success because that leads to a healthy relationship. Being in a healthy relationship leads to a great, loving, fulfilling, committed marriage, right? And so many of you may not have the desire right now to be in a relationship or even be in marriage. And that's okay, right? That's okay. But you want to date with success. You want to get to know someone. And again, dating is just getting to know someone. But the question is, are you all in? Are you all in on being in that relationship? All in on dating with success? All in on being married? Nothing happens until you are all in. I want you to really begin to grasp this. I want you to really begin, because you can have, I want to marry this type of person. He looks like this. He's going to treat me like this. You can have all of that together. You can be healed. You can be healed. You could be ready for a relationship. But until you're actually all in on being in a relationship and being in a committed relationship, being in a marriage, being all in on dating, nothing is going to happen. Okay, I want you to really begin to get this. Why? Because how can God answer your prayers? How can the universe, when I say the universe, how can things begin to conspire and things begin to fall into place? How can things begin to move if you're not all in? If you're just dabbing your toe in it, I guess I want to be in a relationship. Watch this. If it happens, it happens. If God wants me to. No, you have to make a decision. And then after you make a decision, I am wanting to be in a relationship, and not just any relationship. I want to be in the right relationship with the right person at the right time. When you make that intention, we talked about that last week, making an intention. When you talk about, you make that declaration, when you're decreeing. See, when you're talking about, I'm going to be a great person. I am a great person. I am a wife. You can't be talking about, I'm a wife today and then tomorrow you don't feel like. Well, that's why things are not moving the way you want. This is what causes people who won't commit to you. You're finding the right people and you're getting to know them, but they won't commit. These emotionally unavailable people is because you're not all in. When you begin to get all into it, when you begin to say, you know what, I'm gonna burn the boats, right? I'm gonna go all in on being in a relationship. You're not gonna have to force things. Things are gonna begin to flow. I continue to talk about letting things flow. You can let things basically go on auto. I don't want to say auto. I'll just say right now, things will just begin to flow. I was gonna say things will be automatic, which it technically is automatic because you're gonna know what to do. You're gonna be doing that. You're not gonna be hesitating. You're not gonna be procrastinating. You're not gonna have these thoughts that this is not gonna work. No, when you are all in, your mind is saying this is I'm going to be in a relationship. You are getting yourself prepared. You're even looking at wedding dresses. You're looking at your wedding date because this is already done. Okay? This is what it means when you pray and believe you shall receive if you don't doubt in your heart. This is what it means when you said you speak those things that be not as though they are. That's what it means. But if you're speaking that it will happen today and then tomorrow it won't happen, it's a sign that you're not all in. Okay? And I want you to really, because everything is going to have everything is going to be challenging. Everything is going to be challenging. When you're trying to save money, you're going to come up against what challenges, things that's going to try to set you back, things that you're going to have to spend money on that you thought you were going to be able to save for. Things will happen. Trying to get a house, you're saving for a house, but then something breaks down, so now you can't put the money on the house. Things will happen even while you're trying to be in a relationship. Things are going to be happening. You're going to be rejected. It looks like nobody's interested in you. It looks like nobody is, you've done dating online. You've been, dating, trying to date, going to these single conferences or single events, and it seems like nobody is interested. It's going to be challenged. This is this is what's happening. You're being challenged to see if you really truly want what you're saying that you want. It just doesn't happen like that, right? You have to be challenged. You have to be tested to see if you really truly want to be in that great relationship that you want. You're going to have to go through some things, right? And many times you're saying, God, I want to be in this great relationship. And then boom, this relationship falls apart. Well, that may be a sign that this is a relationship, but this is not a great relationship. You're talking about you want to be in a great relationship and you're in this situationship right now. How can this situationship lead to this? You are dating people with red flags. That's a signal that you're not all in. You're not willing and wanting and desiring to meet him any kind of way. However he comes, online, offline, somebody introduces you. You're open to all of that because you're all in. These are signs that you're all in because it's not that you're desperate. It's that you have a knowing and couple of belief that goes into a knowing that this will happen. That's why I said when you get to be all in on it, when you say, I don't care what happens, I'm going to be married next year. I'm going to be married and I'm going to be in a relationship this year. When you're all in, that's when things begin to move. Why things are not happening the way you're wanting them to happen is because you're simply not all in. I see people come to me all the time. Are you a dating relationship? Yes, I'm a dating relationship coach. Well, I want to get into this program. You get in the program, but then you don't go all in even on the program. You half do the program, right? Or you go all in on the program, and then after the program, then you go back to yourself. You're not all in. And that's why I refuse to help people who are not all in, because if you're not all in and I'm all in and I'm all in to see you be in this relationship, I'm all in to guide you, to help you, to pray with you and all these things, and you're not all in, it's not going to accomplish anything. Remember this, a double-minded person receives nothing from the Lord. Instability. What keeps you wanting it, not wanting it, wanting it? Think about it. Would you want to be in a relationship who somebody who shows you that they want to be in a relationship, and then tomorrow you don't really know if they want to be in a relationship, and then today they come back with roses and they come back with flowers, and then you don't hear from them? And no, you don't want anybody like that. The same thing with yourself. You want to be all in with somebody who's all in. That's why I said you have to date healthy, because many times when you're not healthy, you can't go all in because your emotions may not be there. Your mental may not be there, right? And so you have to go all in. My question today is, are you going all in on being in a great relationship? If you have felt like and thought that you've been all in and things are not happening, I definitely want to talk to you. So inbox me, DM me, uh, and do all these things because you got to go what? All in. If you're wanting to see great things happen in your life, you're going to have to go all in. I forgot to put the do not disturb. People are calling me, but go all in and watch what begins to happen. This is a great conversation that we're having together. I'm not talking at you, I'm talking to you because we're having a great conversation. Let me know in the thoughts what you're thinking about going all in. DM me. We can sit down and have a conversation over the phone free of charge, right? Because I'm going all in to help queens go from single to successfully dating. I'm looking for queens who are willing and wanting and desiring to go all in on dating and being in a great relationship in 2025, 2026, and above. All right. This has been great. Thank y'all for joining me. Go all in and watch your results change. Remember, queens don't settle. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. We are growing on YouTube. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And thank you. And you guys have a great day. Queens don't settle.